Muslim under fire, my friends, as we join here on Tuesday. I'm Howard Riell. Real truth item from the Daily Caller. Under fire over his ties to Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan. Democratic Minnesota Republican Representative Keith Ellison, Democrat Representative Keith Ellison, claimed on Sunday he hasn't attended any meetings with Farrakhan since 2013 and, quote, never had a relationship with him. Farrakhan is a notorious anti-Semite and racist whose organization teaches that white people are inherently inferior to black people. Ellison, the deputy chair of the Democratic National Committee, is a former Nation of Islam member who claimed when he first ran for Congress in 2006 that he had left Farrakhan in his past. New reporting has shown, however, Ellison attended multiple meetings with Farrakhan while in Congress. That includes a private visit to Farrakhan's hotel room in 2015 with Democratic Indiana Representative Andre Carson. Farrakhan referenced the meeting in a December 2016 Facebook video, and Carson has confirmed that he was present. When CNN's Wolf Blitzer asked Ellison about that meeting, the congressman did not deny that the meeting took place, but instead lashed out at his critics. Unquote. My friends, isn't lashing out really what we see more than anything else coming from the Muslim world? Ellison, of course, first Muslim member of Congress. Don't listen to his lies. He's had a relationship with Farrakhan for years. Let me tell you something. Anytime you come in contact, especially close contact, with a piece of raw sewage like Louis Farrakhan, you smell the rest of your life. And Keith Ellison smells. Note! Friend of Louis Farrakhan, member of the Nation of Islam, clearly lying to this reporter, and he's the co-chairman of the Democratic National Committee. Democratic National Committee. Now, if you're hearing my voice on the radio, if you are a Democrat, and if you are in favor of racism, anti-Semitism, and dishonesty, well, then you can support people who support Louis Farrakhan because he represents all those things. But if you don't think racism is a good thing, if you don't think anti-Semitism is a good thing, if you don't think lying is a good thing, then why the hell would you ever support the Democratic Party, which is in bed with the Louis Farrakhans of the world and is presided over by Keith Ellison? Guys, these are the questions you got to ask yourself, and if you don't, I'll ask you. It's Tuesday. Real truth. Be right back.
Liberty versus the tyranny of...
Short video lecture columns reminds listeners out of sight should not mean out of mind. Let's remember our brave men and women in the military by sending care packages to them while they are away. You need not have a specific soldier in mind to help. Just call your local veterans organization. This message is from City Electric and Fort Thomas, your electrical and retrofit specialist. Visit them online or call 970-493-4077. That's 970-493-4077.
Not believe every spirit, but test the spirit with the air of God, because many false prophets have gone into
All right, guys, welcome back to Real Truth. I am Howard Real. Listen, thank God America's a democracy, right? I'm not sure how to break this to you, but America is not a democracy. Here's Walter Williams.
Form of tyranny. If we
My friends, government is the enemy of mankind. Absolutely right. Dr. Williams is correct. The Democrats have always been and continue to be the party of big government. So if government is the enemy of mankind, and Democrats want more, bigger, more intrusive government, well, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to think, no. What the Democratic Party wants is the exact opposite of what's good for me and my family and my country. And man, is that ever an idea that needs to sink in with Colorado voters? Let's go to a commercial, and we'll be back, my friends. Real truth marches on.
Crying out, saying, "This was he of whom I said, He who comes after me is preferred before me, for he was before me." The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 14 and 15. We hope these truths to be self-evident. Not all men are created equal. That they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. This is the American method. Chaplain Collinsville, these two barbers, the first responders to the professional and committed to break. They're willing to put their lives on the line for us with whom we no thanks. So let's all take the time to thank our first responders for all they do for us. Also thanking our veterans for the sacrifice they made for our freedom. This message is for Chaplain Collinsville LLC, which is location in Denver and Fort Hall, serving the community for over 13 years. Visit us online at chapelcollins.com. Piccolo's Restaurant is number 750,000 chickens were reported missing last week. Over 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters to play, and if you see any pictures, contact the authorities immediately. It's going to be from Piccolo's Restaurant. Not only best of time and it's the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-757.
My friends, recent research shows that 74% of Americans believe that there actually is a deep state, which makes you wonder about the cranial capabilities of the other 26%. All right, we're back. Anyway, the deep state is a clear and present danger to you, your family, your freedom, your country. Here's Rush Limbaugh weighing in. I say Rush Limbaugh weighing in. Now, my friends, here is Chris Wallace, veteran journalist, and he only just heard the phrase deep state last year? He's not a stupid man. God knows what he is. But I'm appalled and shocked that any professional journalist never heard the phrase deep state before, especially one at his level. My friend, it's filthy business. It's politics. Thank God we got someone in the White House who's not a politician. We'll be back.
Animal House Taxidermy in Brightwood. It's time to say thank you to all the brave men and women in our force who have served our country. Business owners, consider hiring veterans that are dependable beasts. And to those heroes back home for missions abroad, know that your dedication, selflessness, and courage are appreciated. May God bless America. This message is from Animal House Taxidermy in Brightwood. Proud to salute the fighting our the American people. The check for money, about 175 months down, able to buy about 175 times up, able to buy freedom on year. Now, this is the testimony of John, the Jews sent priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, who are you? He confessed and did not deny, but confessed, I am not the Messiah. And they asked him, what then? Are you Elijah? He said, I am not. Are you the prophet? And he answered, no. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 19 through 21. No one anywhere more noble, righteous, but courageous than the United States Armed Forces. These brave men and women of their family put the bill for our freedom every day. Let the military care back to let them know that they are in our hearts and our prayers and their promise. This message is from the Associated at your 24-hour Walmart Supercenter on 287 Lafayette. They're on the air because they care. You live in the block of fun and reminds us that the drug problem is well done. We know our kids will be approached at early age. We want to applaud the youngsters in our community who have trust and no drugs. They provide examples to their peers and families to be the best education. Serving our area, we specialize in naturalized PhD and force and complete custom process. All 303 to 2040 to 368 2240. The people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
So, my friends, this guy McCabe gets fired at the FBI and everything hits the fan. Why? Because he's a member of the swamp and the swamp creatures defend their own. Here's Ann Coulter on the Howie Carr Show. My friends, it was just about taking Trump down. Nothing to do with national security. Nothing to do with obeying the law. It was dirty politics as practiced by the artists in the field, the Democratic Party. They have raised dirty tricks to a new level. And if you voted for them, you helped them break the law. Chew on that for a while. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more. Real Truth continues to fight evil every way we can.
And of his fullness we have all received, and grace for grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 16. Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the persons or things to be seen. If catastrophe struck, will your family be prepared? Are you confident you wouldn't react in a panic? Is there one place to get all of your emergency supplies? Merit Survival Services have constant preparation on panic price. Merit Survival, located at 3366 South Broadway, is a professional, reputable, full-service business providing quality, real, preparative supplies at an affordable price. Go online, stop by, or call 303-781-0343. Merit Survival. American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown reminds parents, keep an eye on your child while shopping. Children tend to stray or become lost. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abductor. Let's make every effort to keep track of your little ones at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once. This message is from American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown. For residential or commercial window tinting, call 303-263-4228.
My friends, until the last couple of days, you probably never heard of Cambridge Analytica, but you have heard of Facebook. And Facebook is selling you, or specifically your information, to make hundreds of millions of dollars. Here's my buddy once again, Rush Limbaugh.
Facebook and Cambridge Analytica.
My friends, it's amazing how often you hear the phrase "in bed with the Democrats." That's because if there are shady goings-on, if the law is being broken or bent or stepped around, invariably it's the Democrats because they feel they're better than you and me. They don't need to follow the same rules we do. I mean, that's for regular people. They're God's elect. They're God's chosen. They're Democrats. They're liberals. Whatever they do has no stink attached to it. At least that's what they think. We'll be right back.
Do not believe the empty spirit, but test the spirit, whether they are God, because many false prophets have gone into the world. By it will know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is of God, and every spirit that does not confess that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have already heard was coming, and is now already in the world. 1 John 4:1. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque or reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debt, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. Article 1, Section 10. Chaplain Collins LLC salutes our emergency first responders for their professionalism, commitment, and grace. They're willing to put their lives on the line for us with little or no thanks. So let's all take the time to thank our first responders for all they do for us. Also thanking our veterans for the sacrifice they made for our freedom. This message is from Chaplain Collins LLC, with 2 locations in Denver and Fort Collins, serving the community for over 15 years. Visit them online at chapelcollins.com. Nicholas Restaurant in Denver reminds us that over 750,000 children were reported missing last year. Over 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters at play. If you see anything suspicious, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Nicholas Restaurant in Denver is not only best economic message, but it's the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-5166. 303-757-5166.
Item from Breitbart: St. Catherine's University in St. Paul, Minnesota, canceled a leadership conference last fall because too many of the scheduled speakers were white. According to a report from the Star Tribune, details are emerging on why St. Catherine's University canceled the leadership conference that was scheduled to take place last fall. The university published a statement last week acknowledging the conference was canceled because the speaker list was not sufficiently diverse. Unquote. Too many white people, my friends. Now imagine, use your imagination. They put out a press release saying that a particular leadership conference was canceled because there were too many Hispanics, or too many blacks, or too many women, or too many gays. Imagine that. Item from CBS New York: a statue of the Virgin Mary was beheaded in Port Jefferson Station over the weekend, according to Suffolk County Police. The statue was vandalized at the Church of St. Magella in Port Jefferson Station sometime between Friday and Sunday. My friends, can you spell Islam? Item from Breitbart: far-left activists and illegal migrants invaded the Basilica of St. Denis on Sunday to protest the French government's new asylum law before they were forcibly removed by police, resulting in evening mass being canceled. About 80 illegal migrants and far-left activists from the group Coordination des Sans-Papiers protested the new law, holding up banners "Le Parisien reports," unquote. My friends, I don't understand why people come to a country, dislike it, and stay. Item from InfoWars: in light of a Monmouth University poll that found an overwhelming majority of Americans believe a deep state is running government policy, I mentioned that before, MSNBC's Morning Joe panel went into full-on panic, suggesting that the notion was invented by Donald Trump and that Americans are embracing his, quote, conspiracy theories, unquote. My friends, MSNBC is fake news. Item from InfoWars. Hip-hop artist Ken Ring says he fears, quote, open war on the streets of Stockholm within 20 years, and says he's thinking about moving to Africa because it's safer than some parts of Sweden, unquote. Item from the Voice of Europe. Hospital personnel in Bielefeld are increasingly being threatened, abused, and attacked, the Neue Westfälische reports. Especially younger nurses report of verbal abuse and physical attacks by migrants. The hospital now needs to take special security measures to protect its personnel. If something isn't going fast enough, nurses are quickly called sluts, bitches, and incompetent, especially by, quote, southern migrants. Hospitals like to tell the newspaper. The hospital is now considering security steps like emergency buttons and classes in self-defense. One of the nurses reported an incident when she needed to resuscitate a dying person and had another patient spit in front of her feet because he was tired of waiting, unquote. My friends, you didn't know the spelling bee was today. I asked just now and I'll ask again. Can you spell Islam? When they say southern migrants, they mean Islamic migrants. Islam comes to a country and immediately makes itself the enemy of the people who live in that country, and so, do we want that happening here in America or not? Binary choice, yes or no. If you want the female members of your family spit upon, called bitches, insulted, who knows, maybe raped and killed, then go ahead, vote Democrat, by all means. But if you don't want those things, get smart and never vote Democrat again. I will see you tomorrow. Hasta luego.